Hi, this is Steve with Nee Family Lights. If you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. This channel is dedicated to helping you set up and run a pixel light show. In this video, I have a quick tip on how to pull rebar out from the ground with a simple tool. I use a lot of half-inch rebar in my show to set up the props in the yard. For each arch, I use 2 pieces of rebar. They're holding up each end of the arch up. So there's 8 arches, so I have 16 pieces of rebar on the ground. And then for the mini trees, I have 12 of those, and each one has its own rebar as well to keep it in place. So that's a total of 28 pieces of rebar. The most cost-effective use of the rebar is to buy them in full 10-foot length pieces. I cut them into quarters, so each piece is about 2.5 feet or 30 inches. And when I pound them into the ground, they're often going deep enough where only about 4 inches, maybe 6 inches max are showing up on the top. So they're anywhere between 2 feet to just a little bit over 2 feet in the ground. I live in Northern Virginia, and here we have Virginia clay. So that clay does hold the knurling of the rebar really well. As a result, at the end of the season, trying to pull that rebar out of the ground is very difficult. Now, there are a lot of ways to do this, and what I found is one simple way to do it at the end of the season by just using a set of channel lock pliers. So I'll show here in a video how I do this, just locking this on the rebar, spinning it around 3, 4, maybe 5 times, and then you can just pull it straight out of the ground. If you find this video useful, hit the like and subscribe button so you don't miss any of my future content. Now we'll skip right over to the video of me pulling out some rebar so you can see how well it works. Okay, so we've got the arches out, and you can see that the arches are held into the ground or remain in place via this half-inch rebar pounded into the ground. I used to use this method of taking an axe, tapping it to kind of loosen the soil around it, and then pulling it out, but that's still very tough. So here's a tip that I discovered really nicely, does the job. You get a set of vices here, clamp it on, and then just rotate it. And what that does is these little pieces here, the dirt kind of catches it, and that's what's holding it into the ground. So if you can rotate this guy a bunch of times, it loosens it up. It kind of makes it easier. Then if I pull it out, there it is. Whole thing out of the ground. And that's it for this quick tip, using channel lock pliers to pull rebar out of the ground. If you have other simple methods that you'd like to share, please let us know in the comments below. We'll see you next time.